Rich, Hank, sergeants majors, officers, staff NCOs, Marines, and sailors of BMGR 152. Welcome. We're here today to say goodbye to a couple of people that I really hate to see leave. That's Sergeant Major Scott Ham and his lovely wife Dana. And I'll tell you, this ceremony is small, it's more private, but it's certainly not any less significant or relevant than any change of command. So I'd like to thank staff NCOs and the Marines for taking the time over the last several days to put this thing together and do it right. Thank you. Sergeant Major Ham's been with us for probably the last year and 3 months. I think he checked in around March of 2010. So he's been instrumental and certainly a big part of the success that we've had as a squadron over the past year. We've kind of all heard about it, Squadron of the Year, maintaining a persistent presence out in OEF. He's seen 3 debts prepare to deploy and deploy successfully while he's been here, and then basically taking care of the operations right here in our own backyard, to include in the last year 2 humanitarian relief evolutions that he was part of, most notably Tomodachi that we just took care of back in March. On the heels of that, we had a great maintenance inspection by our maintenance department. Got the best results that I've seen in nearly 20 years of working with the BMGR. And all those things are great, and we can all be proud of those things. But I think to get a real sense of the impact Sergeant Major Ham has had on this unit over the past year, we need to take a look at several of the impacts and achievements, several of the achievements that a lot of our individual Marines have had. In the past year, we've promoted meritoriously 1 staff sergeant, 4 sergeants, 9 corporals, and 2 lance corporals. We've had 3 Marines earn the Wing Marine of the Quarter. We've had 2 staff NCOs, or 2 NCOs, earn the Wing NCO of the Quarter. 2 of those individuals went on to win both the Wing Marine of the Year and NCO of the Year. We also had one of our avionics Marines recognized for his leadership by 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force. And all of those individual achievements are great, but as a commander, what that tells me is that our staff NCOs are cultivating our Marines. They're producing the next leaders and the next staff NCOs, not only for this community, but for the Marine Corps. They're taking the mentorship program seriously, and they're operating or conducting it within the spirit of the mentorship program, not just logging records on these Marines. That all starts from the top, and it starts with a strong Sergeant Major. It starts with a Sergeant Major who's a team player. It starts with a Sergeant Major who approaches his job as a servant leader and demands the same from his staff NCOs. Okay, and I believe that is Sergeant Major Ham's hallmark of his time here at BMGR 152. And now we're going to be competing with you while you're over at 262. On a personal note, Scott, you've been an honest and mature advisor to me. You've been 100% loyal, and I could always tell, or I always knew that when, at the end of the day, when a decision was made, you carried that out professionally and promptly, and I appreciate that. For those of you that don't know, Sergeant Major Ham was frocked. He's a pretty junior Sergeant Major. He was frocked to Sergeant Major when he came to this command, but he performs at a level of a much more seasoned Sergeant Major. He's got a master's degree, he's a talented writer, and he knows the legal part of this business better than anybody I know. Okay? And most importantly, Scott, you and Dana have been great friends to Ann and I, and they say that, and that's probably the most regrettable part of this whole relief ceremony, but they say that the CO and Sergeant Major have to be seen together to let everybody know that the command team is strong. Well, that's never been a problem for me or Ann, because Scott and Dana Ham are 2 very genuine, sincere people with great senses of humor, and they're really just fun to be around. So I can tell you, 262 is going to get a great Sergeant Major and Sergeant Major's wife, and I hate to see him go. On behalf of myself, my wife Ann, and the Marines and sailors of BMGR 152, I want to thank you both for everything you've done for this command, and wish you the best of luck next door. You 2 have a great future ahead of you, and Ann and I look forward to watching that play out hopefully, as we can keep this this friendship going for many years to come. Scott, the floor is yours.